Never asked for fame, but the world learned strength when it learned his name. Yeah, the stories got bigger. Yeah, the myths ran wild, but he spent his real life lifting up a child. Not just fists, not just fight. He stood for the weak, he stood for what's right. When the cameras went dark, he stayed the same. Helping hands, not chasing the fame. A warrior's heart, but a giver's soul. He didn't just win, he made people whole. Legends never leave, they just light the way. In every life he changed, he's still here today. From the strength he gave to the hope he grew, the world feels smaller now without you. Not just a fighter, not just a name. He built up lives that will never be the same. Kids found hope where there once was none, because one man chose to stand for everyone. He didn't need credit, didn't need the praise, just kept on giving in 1,000 ways. Yeah, the myths are loud, but the truth hits deep. A legacy of love the world will keep. Strong in spirit, humble in grace. You could see the good in every face. Legends never leave, they just light the way. In every life he changed, he's still here today. From the strength he gave to the hope he grew, the world feels heavier now without you. And the silence now says everything for every heart that felt what he could bring. Not just power, not just might, but a man who chose to do what's right. Legends never leave, they live in a song, in every rise after every fall. Yeah, the world will turn, but it won't feel the same. We don't just miss the myth, we miss the man.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to a special live stream where we honor the man, the myth, the legend, the man who stared into the abyss and the abyss blinked, the man who counted to infinity twice, the man who didn't do push-ups, he just pushed the earth down, the man who could tell a woman to calm down and she actually calmed down, Chuck Norris. With me, I got Resolute Germ. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, girl?
Yeah, it's kind of turned into a long day. As soon as I got into this here, I got introduced to Chuck Norris through Texas Walker Ranger, and I love that show. I knew him as Cordell Walker.
I never actually watched that show too much. I'm more on the 80s movies.
Oh, I got you. Well, from what I've heard, he's never made a bad movie. I even heard he went toe-to-toe with Bruce Lee once.
Yeah, he was in one of those movies. I'm not really a Bruce Lee fan.
Okay. Sit there, how are you doing?
Oh, still not kicking that dead yet.
Yeah. Hey, PvP, how are you doing?
Not bad, not bad. So you mentioned Bruce Lee. So did he do like some of those like would you call it, martial arts moves in some of his films?
All his movies. He even did martial arts. Okay. He even did martial arts moves in Texas Walker Texas Ranger. He was famous for his roundhouse kick to the face.
Okay, so he was a martial arts guy then. Okay, I just wanted to
Oh
clarify
yeah,
that.
yeah. I even opened up a dojo in. I don't. I want to be polite, not to say ghetto neighborhoods, but the poorer neighborhoods, because the kids in these neighborhoods need something to look up to in the discipline. And he thought he opened up the dojos, and I don't know how, if they're really reduced cost or they're free, but gave these kids places to go and gave them discipline to go move on to do better in their lives and stuff. He was a very charitable man with this stuff.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's lots of it's like sports or other recreational activities after school that really steers kids in a good direction and keeps them out of trouble and away from the drugs and all that crap too. So yeah.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and say hello to our chat here. Well, since there's no Waltons tonight, I thought I'd add a Waltons joke anyway. In this episode of Walton's, Grandpa gets his ass kicked by Chuck Norris. And welcome, LDG. Welcome, welcome. Evening, everybody. Rest in peace, Chuck Norris. Yes. And we'll get through the chats here. I might pop on the panel. All right. And welcome, Scurvy. Welcome, welcome. He says, Rip Chuck.
Yeah,
Chuck Norris didn't dial the wrong number. You just answered wrong. And welcome to the Chuck Reviewer. Welcome, welcome. I wonder if Chuck actually kicked that ass and God said you'd have to take his place. No, what it was is Jesus just needed a bodyguard. That's why we lost Chuck Norris. He just needed a bodyguard. I did a short of that, and it didn't even take off. I thought it would.
huh.
Thank you, Scurvy. And I will be uploading it in here shortly. And welcome, Pose 007. Welcome, welcome. And hey, Kevin's Trek or Theme Park Adventures. Welcome, welcome.
Hey,
The
Kevin.
calm down one is a new one to me. I might have improvised on that one there, Scurvy. I've been watching Walker lately. It's irritating, wholesome, and a touch of absurd. Not in a bad way. No, I love Walker, Texas Ranger there. It's a good, fun watch, and it's family friendly. I mean, yeah, there's deaths in there, but they're not like gruesome. They don't show the blood or nothing.
Speaking of not showing blood, so that was like way long ago when that was on TV, right? Like
90s.
what year? 90s?
90s.
Okay, so that probably explains the lack of gore then.
Well, also they wanted it to be family friendly.
Well, they wanted back when they were smart doing this stuff, they wanted a big audience. Hence family friendly. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, and since it's the 90s, I figure they want to be more patriotic too, instead of what nowadays is.
Oh, geez, you'd never get that show in the air if the Democrats were in power, would you?
Well, he used to be a Democrat there. Then he said they just gone so nuts that he switched parties.
I think there's probably a few other celebrities that did that as well, but yeah.
Yeah. No, but there had to been at some point all these Chuck Norris beams all started coming out at once. Germ, did that come from one of his movies there? Because you said you're more into his movies.
Not directly from the movies. That's just something that evolved. They actually made a book of them.
Oh yeah. There's not behind Chuck Norris's beard. There's no chin, just another fist.
Yeah, Family Guy did that one too.
Yeah, or no, because, but the mullah over there in the Middle East, they aren't too happy here because they found out that there's no longer 72 virgins waiting for them as of today. I just see that one there. I laughed at it.
Yeah, well, I saw a good comedy bit of one of them, one of those Ayatollah guys in hell, and Satan was patting him on the back and force feeding him bacon. I laughed and laughed. It was so good. Oh boy.
No, but no, it was just kind of rough hearing about him there. Cynthia, what did you watch of it?
I wasn't really a Chuck Norris fan. I think I watched only one of his movies when it was on TV. Not sure which one it was. It's the actor that played Chakotay in Voyager, and he was a Texas Ranger in that one, and he had to fight. What's the actor that played the Kung Fu TV show? He had to fight him as a villain.
Oh, David Carradine? I remember David Carradine was in Kung Fu.
I'm not sure. I was kind of waiting there. Chuck Norris just launched a whole new health supplements line there, with saying that he doesn't feel 86. He feels like he's back in his 50s and stuff there. Then I wonder how that's gonna hit how bad that's gonna affect the market for his stuff for money for his wife there, considering he just launched it a few months ago and now he passed away.
It kind of makes you wonder how effective the pills were, right? It's like, oh, bad timing there, Chuck.
Yeah. Let's see. Scurvy says Chuck was the executive producer of Walker, Texas Ranger. Maybe that's why it was so good. Chuck wanted the show to be wholesome. Yeah, exactly. And let the good guys kick it. Let's see. Welcome, Daniel's Hot Topics. Rip to the man, the myth, the legend, Chuck Norris. I woke up to this horrible news this morning. I was in shock. I was actually still on. I was still working there when Jay sent the thing to the group chat there. So, Germ, tell us about some of those movies, because I never got to the movies, or I don't remember getting to the movies.
Well, they're your basic 80s action films. He's either a military soldier from Vietnam or a cop or some other related field. Back when movies were good.
Didn't he used to be a Marine?
I forget what birth was, but he did serve in the military.
Just a sec. I'll look it up. What branch did Chuck Norris serve? Oh, he was Air Force. And that's where he learned his kung fu. Was in the Air Force there. That's where he learned all his karate and kung fu while he was in the Air Force stationed overseas. In South Korea. He learned it while in South Korea there. So I guess I thought he was a Marine there, but so I suppose since he was the Air Force and not a Marine, I can't make the joke wondering if anybody had the balls to ask him what his favorite flavor of crayon was.
I doubt it.
Yeah, but he's Air Force, not. There has to be the joke around the Air Force there. They're like the Navy. The people make the jokes about the Navies. People make jokes about the Marines and all that stuff.
Yeah, you generally won't do that directly to a guy who won 6 straight karate championships.
Yeah.
Well, Chuck Norris didn't know how to make people fly, didn't he?
Only guy in the Air Force that didn't need a plane.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can look up the best Chuck Norris.
Probably be missing in action in the Delta Force movies.
All right, so we're gonna do. They never did release the actual cause of death, though, did they?
Well, when you're 86, there's generally just the one cause.
Heart attack or stroke, probably.
Sometimes just old age. Sometimes people just run out of steam.
Yeah.
He beat life, and now he's gone to beat death.
Well, when did he die? Was it just today? Like how long ago?
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Well,
I
sometimes
thought
it
it was
takes.
this morning.
Okay, generally it often takes more than a day for the cause of death to get leaked out onto the internet.
Well, I know
It might.
the family was keeping it hush hush. They said just respect their privacy.
Yeah, well, they usually say that, but I'm sure somebody will leak it out over the next week or so.
Yeah.
Not that it's really going to matter to me, because it's like, he's dead. He's dead. I mean, who cares what the cause was?
The estate of Bruce Lee is just waiting to see if it actually takes.
All right, so back in the 90s, karate Kokal. What? Locals? I don't know what you're trying to say there, Scurvy. Karate kicks were how Texas Rangers dealt with criminals. Oh yeah, cut. Yeah, getting your ass whooped there teaches you a better lesson than just getting tackled and handcuffed. But that actually getting your ass whooped, that actually teaches you a valuable life lesson. There. Yeah. It's kind of I seen a thing there. This was before they announced Chuck Norris died. They announced that he was hospitalized there, and someone put up one of those like how they do the final 16 or there for March Madness where you got the things there for the teams. Which one do you think's gonna go to the championships there? They had one mark with death and one marked Chuck Norris, and they marked it as Chuck Norris won, but then a couple hours after someone posted that, he passed away. So did you know Chuck Norris never wore a watch there? Yeah, you never wore a watch. He decides what time it is.
And the clocks obeyed.
Yeah. If rock beats scissors, there scissors beats paper, paper beats rock. What beats all three at the same time? Chuck Norris. Let's see. When Chuck Norris left home, he told his father, "You're the man of the house now." Actually, I don't think I've ever seen him with. I think I've only seen one picture of his family there.
Yeah, they didn't really make it too public.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you know that Chuck Norris always slept with the lights on? Because the dark was afraid of Chuck Norris. All right. So, let's see. Scurvy says there was a YouTuber who wrote a Chuck Norris AI song, and Tony would play it on his lives, and it was pretty good. Oh, really? I guess I never seen that. I just came up with this one here. I was thinking of what I wanted it to say. So, yeah. I literally just got home like an hour and a half ago, so I had to go down to Spirit Lake there. God, everybody's awfully quiet tonight.
Well, I don't really have a lot to say about Chuck Norris because I don't know much about him. So I just thought I'd just hang out and listen to what you guys said.
And I just found the movie that I watched of him. I think it's called The Lone Wolf. McQuaid is the one I saw on TV a lot. That's the only movie I know him from, other than the Sylvester Stallone Expendable movies and a few others.
Yeah, Lone Wolf is one of the older ones. It's like late 70s, early 80s, I believe.
The Lone Wolf was 83, according to my source right here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna pull up his Wikipedia here. I'll make sure it's sharing. Yeah, so they said Chuck Norris. He's born in 1940. Oh, he died. He died 9 days after his birthday. That sucks. 9 days.
When you're done, you're done. You're not gonna make Chuck Norris wait.
Yeah. So, yeah, he started his martial arts. He's won a couple of champions there. Then after the Air Force, he went and worked in Hollywood as an instructor. Then his first debut was in The Wrecking Crew. I never even heard of that.
It's a Dean Martin spy movie from, I believe, the 1960s. Dean Martin was a spy like 007, only his spy name was Matt Helm. And I think they did like 5 of those crappy movies, and they're watchable, but they're still pretty mediocre, really.
Yeah, so he had a minor art in that. Then he was the main villain in The Way of the Dragon.
That's a Bruce Lee film, I take it?
Yep.
Yeah, 72.
That's when he got to go sparring with Bruce Lee there. Then it was in like Breaker and Good Guys Wear Black. Blah. We all know from a Texas Early Ranger. I wanted to see his career there. That's the 70s career there, the different movies.
What era are you looking for?
Well, what I'm looking for is his charity work.
That'll be towards the bottom, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right after his cause of death, during that long war called philanthropy, if I'm saying it right.
Yeah. Here goes. The Chuck Norris system. Norris Presents Martial Arts System is the Chuck Norris system, formerly known as Chung Kuk Do. The style was formally founded in 1990 as Chung Kuk Do by Norris and was originally based on Norris's Tang So Do training in Korea while he was in the military. So he came up with his own style of Taekwondo. Okay. During his competitive fighting group, Norris began to evolve the style to make it more effective and well-rounded by studying the system such as I'm not even going to pronounce all that stuff there. Do now emphasize self-defense, competition, weapons, grappling, fitness, along with other things. Each summer, the United States United Fighting Arts Federation holds a training conference in Chung Kuk Do World Championships in Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's see. The art includes the code of honor, the rules to live by. These rules are from Norris's personal code. They are: I will develop myself to the maximum of my potential in all ways. I will forget the mistakes of the past, and press for greater achievements. I will continually work to develop love, happiness, loyalty in my family. I'll look for the good in all people and make them feel worthwhile. If I have nothing good to say about one person, I will say nothing. I will always be enthusiastic about the success of others as I am my own. I will maintain the attitude of open-mindedness. I will maintain respect to those of authority and demonstrate respect of all times. I will always remain loyal to my God, my country, my family, and my friends. I will remain highly goal-oriented throughout my life because the positive attitude helps my family, my country. It's just good codes to live by right there. Like most traditional martial arts, Chuck Norris system includes the practice of forms Korean Hayung and Japanese Kata. The majority of the system forms are adapted from Korea's Tangso-do, Taekwondo, Japanese Shicho Karate, Jojuru, basically different karates. Include two organizational specific, include form two organization specific empty hand forms, and blah blah blah. All
Hey,
right,
Gorilla.
so
If there are any Japanese viewers here, I can just imagine them typing in the comments. This guy's butchering my my language.
hey, once they get their own military, I'll learn how to pronounce their language.
Japan's not allowed to have a military, are they?
No, well, they're building one.
Well, but then after World War II, weren't they not allowed to have a military anymore? Wasn't it a document somewhere?
Officially, yes, but unofficially, they have their self-defense force, which is their de facto self-defense military.
Hey, PvP. Hitler wasn't allowed to have a military, but look where that ended up at.
No. But I mean, after the war ended, and the United States, and probably mainly the United States, rebuilt Japan after the war, which was, the smart thing to do, because then Japan actually became a contributor and made all those cheap, Japanese toys in the 60s that are worth hundreds of dollars now, if you collected them back then. At least Japan turned itself around and did some positive things after that. They learned their lesson, basically. But I remember there was some kind when the Japanese did settle the surrender terms, there was some clause about them not being allowed to form a military.
For like 10 years. It's like for 10 years.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify, but it was a thing for a while.
Yeah.
They really started backing off on that around the war.
I don't think Japan's got any interest in being aggressive anyway. I mean, they got enough on their plate and dealing with the damn commies in China. So
yeah, let's see. Kids are afraid of monsters in their closet, and the monsters in their closet are afraid of Chuck Norris. Nice, Daniel. Nice. They filmed Walker in Dallas. Yes, they did. They filmed it all around. A lot in Irving, Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, and depending what they need. And I can't remember. I think the ranch might have been in Irving, Texas. Let's see. Japanese actually really have been building their military lately a lot. Well, look at your neighbors. If I had neighbors like theirs, I would be building it too. You got Russia, North Korea, and China all on their doorstep.
But literally, when Trump told people to start investing in their military, Japan's literally the only one that took it to heart and actually started doing what they were told.
Well, Poland too. Yeah, I give Poland credit because I think they're spending like 6-7% of their GDP on military.
Well, one thing I'll say about Japan, it seems like the Japanese leader herself and Trump really seem to have a good working relationship from what I've seen so far. Because wasn't she just over in Washington this week meeting with Trump?
Oh yeah, and the whole room was silent, like they didn't know whether they could laugh or not. There when someone asked,
"Oh yeah,
why did you tell us that you were going to attack Iran?" Well, they wanted to be a surprise. You guys know a lot about surprises. Why didn't you guys tell me about Pearl Harbor? And the whole room was just like, did he just say that?
Yeah, I heard about that. I have not watched the video yet, but
it's fucking hilarious. And the Japanese leaders just sit there like, what do we do? Did he really just say that? Let's see. They basically decided in 2015 that they could build a military for self-defense, mainly due to China. Yeah, China. Well, yeah, it's due to China, Russia, and North Korea. Yeah, if they was like that, I'd have a military too.
Well, the thing is, they can't rely on Australia anymore because Australia's basically gone commie, as almost as bad as China, probably maybe even worse in some ways. I mean, the only nation standing up to China would be maybe Taiwan, the separatist part of China. Well, Japan and Taiwan would probably be the only two territories that would have any any stand up at all to
All right,
because I don't know if China's going to make a move, but it wouldn't surprise me one day.
all
Well,
right.
there's
So let's get off. Let's get off to the Chuck Norris here. Here's some of the rewards he's got. Apparently, you can get more than one black belt. I thought black belt was the highest you could get, but you could get many of them. Apparently,
He
he's a
has
10th
a
degree
black belt in several different disciplines.
Yeah, so he's a 10th degree black. He was a 10th degree black belt in Tang Soo Do, in 9th degree in Tang Soo Do. Oh, in Chung Kuk Do, 9th degree in Tan Sik Do, 8th degree in Taekwondo, and a 5th degree black belt in karate, and 3rd degree in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu from the Majato family, and black belt in judo. Let's see, in 1967, he won the Sparring Grand Championships there. 68, professional middle class karate champion. 69, he's a triple crown, the most tournaments wins in a year. Won Fighter of the Year in Black Belt Magazine. In 82, he had a wide gap between stuff there. In 82, he won an Action Star of the Year at the Show West convention. I never even heard of the Show West convention. Oh, he got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in '89. Let's see, in 92, he won an International Box Office Star of the Year. 97, he won Special Award for being a Texas legend at the Lone Star Film and Television Series. So he won 3 consecutive years at the BMI TV Music Awards. A lot of these awards ceremonies I never even heard of. In 1999, Norris was inducted to the Martial Arts History Movie Hall of Fame. He was nominated for Favorite Actor in the Drama TV Guide Award in 99. 2000, he got the Golden Lifetime Achievement Award. I wonder if they're going to make him an honorary Texas Ranger now that he passed.
I would have thought they would have already done that.
Well, we'll see. He got the Golden Boot at the Golden Boot Awards. The commemorative in 2007, commemorative General James C. Colley made Chuck Norris an honorary U.S. Marine during a dinner at the commemorate's resident in Washington, D.C. Okay, so since he's an honorary Marine, does that mean people could ask him what his favorite flavor of crayon was?
I think crayons have their favorite flavor of Chuck Norris.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
And the next one just answered your question, Gorilla.
In 2017, he was honored as an honorary Texan because of many years that he lived at the Texas Ranch near Navasato. And he started as the Texas Ranger in the movie Lone Wolf Brigade, and started as Ranger Cordell Walker in the TV series Walker Texas Ranger. No, he's made an honorary Texan, but not a Texas Ranger.
You skipped a few, Gorilla. It's the December 2nd one to 2010.
That's the Lifetime Achievement Award. I already mentioned that one.
Really?
Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about. December 2nd, he, along with his brother Aaron, were given the title honorary Texan. Okay, so they did give it to him. Okay. In 2022, editions of the book honoring Norris were published. Titled Martial Arts Bastard and Pioneer Biography, blah, blah, blah. 2024, a small statue was erected in Milhoy, Quodaco, in eastern end. So he got a statue. The family is a Christian. His political views, they changed there. There's his filmography. They don't have all his charity work in here.
And it's down below further, probably during the philanthropy part after his death section, unless I'm misreading things. Like in 1990, Norris established the United Federation Arts organization, and the Karate Start Kids, a significant part of his philanthropy contributions organizations must work to develop self-esteem and focus in at-risk children as a tactic to keep them away from drug related pressure by training them in martial arts.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that was a free program for low-income kids, wasn't it? Sit down.
Usually they are.
Yeah.
And mainly focused on middle school and high school children after a while, though. It doesn't say anything about their income level, though.
No, I'm pretty sure they're going in there. It was set up in low-income neighborhoods there. So I'm guessing that it didn't matter what your income was.
So I take it that, well, then who's the bigger Chuck Norris fan here on the panel? I'm guessing it's either you or Germ Gorilla.
Well, I liked him in Walker Texas Ranger. I never got to see him in the movies there, but I'm gonna go around and check out some of his movies there. Germ liked him in the movies there.
Yeah, you're probably the bigger fan since there's a lot more of the Walker than anything else.
Yeah. And it's a good wholesome show there. I especially love the episode where he had to track down. There was an assassin there that was to go out and assassinate the DA there that Walker ended up marrying there, and so the guy just started stabbing random people there so that they couldn't link it back to. They could just think of it. They think it's more like of a random killing or a serial killing there. And the guy, but they figured out as a targeted assassination attempt there. And the guy, he didn't. This weapon was an ice knife. So after he stabbed someone, he just throw the knife in the river there, and then it just melt away. It's an actual knife made out of ice. It was pretty good. It's pretty good episode.
Didn't they try to make a live episode of that, or was that something
That
else?
was live. That was live. Walker Texas Ranger was a live show. Live show.
Live to tape.
Yeah.
There was, in the late 90s, there was some show on CBS that tried to do some asinine live broadcast. I'm not sure if it was Walker or is like ER or one of those other shows.
Yeah, what? Yeah, no, Walker was all live. Did they do they might have done a cartoon there.
Oh, they had a cartoon. It wasn't of a Walker Texas Ranger. He had Chuck Norris Karate Commandos in the late 80s, which was made. It's only a handful of episodes, and it was made for the sole purpose to try to sell a toy line, which was of very low quality.
Oh, I gotcha. So, and Dwayne Screw found out it was a notification for this morning from Mikey's channel. Yeah, it was. But does anybody else have anything else to add?
Nothing here.
It should also be mentioned that Chuck Norris at one time, I believe, had his own breakfast cereal.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me. They all had breakfast cereals there. And sit there, do you got anything to add? Sit there.
I'll take that as a no.
All right. So, I suppose, do you guys want to do promotions tonight or just end your call her night?
No, just call it a night.
Yeah, call it a night. I'm tired. I don't really care.
Well, thank you everyone for being here. You guys have a good night now. I'm just going to play that song one more time. I like the song there. But thank you all for being here. Rest in peace, Chuck Norris. You were a man, the legend there. You're taking care of all those virgins that the Muslims keep claiming that they'll get, you know. Yeah, you're a bodyguard for Jesus now. So with that, everyone have a good night there. And remember, be like Chuck.
Walk through the fire, never asked for fame, but the world learned strength when it learned his name. Yeah, the stories got bigger, yeah, the myths ran wild, but he spent his real life lifting up a child. Not just fists, not just fight. He stood for the weak, he stood for what's right. When the cameras went dark, he stayed the same. Helping hands, not chasing the fame. A warrior's heart, but a giver's soul. He didn't just win, he made people whole. Legends never leave, they just light the way. Still here today, from the strength he gave to the hope he grew. The world feels smaller now without you. Not just a fighter, not just a name. He built up lives that will never be the same. Kids found hope where there once was none, because one man chose to stand for everyone. He didn't need credit, didn't need the praise, just kept on giving in 1,000 ways. Yeah, the myths are loud, but the truth hits deep. A legacy of love the world will keep. Strong in spirit, humble in grace, you could see the good in every face. Legends never leave, they just light the way. In every life he changed, he's still here today. From the strength he gave to the hope he grew, the world feels heavier now without you. And the silence now says everything for every heart that felt what he could bring. Not just power, not just might, but a man who chose to do what's right. Legends never leave, they live in us all, in every rise after every fall. Yeah, the world will turn, but it won't feel the same. We don't just miss the myth, we miss the man.